Hello everyone. It's currently 1:45 in the morning and I just have a few things that I do want to talk about. Let me turn off the AC so we can chat. It is currently 1:46 in the morning and I just have a few things to say. In order to step into your power, you need to know how it feels to not be in it. And I've been doing a lot of learning lately, and that's one thing I've learned a lot is that once you step into something that makes you feel extremely when you feel something that you don't want to feel and then you feel something that you do, you're going to want to work towards that. Okay? And it's getting really hot in here cuz the AC is not on. But I don't want to talk loud. But one thing I noticed is that I am soaking and cleansing, soaking and cleansing. And you're thinking, what do you mean soaking and cleansing? You begin to soak yourself in things that have no significance, no benefits, as well as no kind of way that it makes you better. No kind of way where it feeds your soul. No kind of way where it feeds your spirit. These kinds of things are the kind of things that you're constantly soaking in, and then you're soaking. And then you go ahead and you try to cleanse from that, and then you fall back and you start soaking again. This is a habit that we all can fall into. These habits are caused by familiarity. Being familiar with these kinds of things. When you're familiar with a habit, when you're familiar with the cycle, and when things go wrong, you tend to go into that cycle only because it's familiar. So it makes you feel more in control because you know what the ending is going to be and the result of it because you've been through it before. If that makes sense. So, this is a thing that we all can fall into. Habit of falling into things that are familiar. And I don't know why I am making this video. I have not picked up this camera in ages. But we can all fall into things that are familiar to us, things that break us, things that don't feed our soul or spirit, but they feed our craving. These kinds of things you need to be careful for, because these are the kinds of things that you don't know if you'll be able to crawl out of. But I don't know. I just kind of felt the need to pick up the camera again. And it's 1:30 a.m. and whoever's out there listening to this, I hope you know that whatever it is you got yourself wrapped up into, whatever it is that you have yourself and you took a step back and you feel like you backtracked or you're back on square one, I hope you know you can always cleanse if you soak. One good thing about this life is that there's always tomorrow. Maybe not always, but there's always a possibility of tomorrow. And that's something that will be over forever always. That it's a possibility that we have it tomorrow. And just having that, keeping that in mind, that we can start over. We can start fresh. We can realign our habits. We can realign our lives. If you are somewhere where you don't want to be, I hope you know that you don't have to be there. Sometimes in life you're not forced into a situation, but you chose it. It's more so you made your bed, so now lay in it. So is this your bed that you made? Or is this a situation you felt as if you were pushed into, but now you're making the excuse, well, I was forced into this? Were you forced into that cycle? where you backed into a corner. At the end of the day, it's always going to be a decision. There are always going to be decisions that are going to be made. And it's hard to make the right decision because what is right and what is wrong. But I'm here to tell you that no matter what decision you make, it's going to lead you to where you need to be. And I hope that is some sort of comfort to somebody who is afraid of getting out of that complacent, stagnant part of their lives they're in right now. Because if you feel like you're going to make the wrong decision, or I shouldn't do this because this and the third, and oh no, but I hope you know whatever decision you make is going to make you end up where you are supposed to be at the end of the day. No matter what. No matter what. But how soon do you want to get there? I hope you know that there's good out there, and you too shall receive that. You too shall feel that. That you too shall experience it. And though times are hard, though times are rough, though times are different, just because things feel unfamiliar doesn't mean you need to hop back to things that are familiar to you just so you feel that sense of comfort. Step out of your comfort zone and make yourself a new sky. Hope you know that you are loved. That there are people that care about you. And that things are going to be okay and things are going to get well. But you need to stop hopping back to that thing, that person, that place. Whatever it is, you need to stop it. Stop going into cycle of familiarity and go into the cycle, not necessarily a cycle, but going into the path of things. When things are different, you make that decision. You make that decision and you step into the unknown and you take risks. But you do the right risk for the right reasons. Okay? Do it for the right reasons. But you need to be the one to make the decision. Anyways. That's it. I think that's all I had to say. I don't know. I think that's all I had to say, but please take care of yourselves. It's all gonna work out.